Welcome, everybody, to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I'm Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media, the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes, always making us sound good. It is our last show before the Thanksgiving holiday, and we just want to take this time to thank all of our listeners in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. Thank you so much for making us a part of your afternoon. Kravs, I'm thankful for you. I told Jaden Grimes this morning, I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful to be on the show with you guys. You guys have made my life complete. You've completed me.
Oh, now that brings a single tear to my eye. I agree. The fact that we were able to stumble into the prodigy the way that we did, because we weren't looking for him. He just sort of showed up.
Yep, just showed up at our doorstep like a mongrel cat. Please take me in, please.
You let the cat in. You don't know if it has rabies or not, but it's kind of cute. So you let it inside, and it turns out this cat's all right. And teaming back up with you,
unlike your cat.
No, my cat sucks. Sometimes now that there's a Christmas tree out, forget it. Good luck keeping ornaments on the tree. And she'll just, I have a messed up sleep schedule as it is. She'll just start howling for no reason at 4:00 in the morning just to screw with me. I'm convinced. But I am thankful to be back on the air every single day with you, Mike. Being on Open Mic many years ago was the greatest joy of my radio career. And the fact that we are able to do that again, but I don't have to wake up at 3 a.m. unless my cat is howling is a gift in and of itself.
Right. We want to hear from you listeners throughout the course of the show. Our text question today, we have a Thanksgiving question. What is it, Krabs? Thanksgiving side dishes?
Best and worst. We want both ends of the spectrum, please. I'm sorry if I was distracted. I was looking at John Taffer is now offering cameos. Do you know what that is? It's the video service.
That's where you pay him to endorse your product.
No, it's not even. It's you pay for a personal message. So say you had someone in your family that was a big fan of Bar Rescue, you could pay the very low price of $295 for a personalized 30-second video recorded selfie style from John Taffer. So I'm thinking about getting
Gabby, I wonder if we could do Cameo. I mean, we wouldn't charge that much. Could we charge like $10?
No, I think we should up our standard a little bit from that. But yeah, we could
25?
charge something.
25?
I think 25 sounds about right. So 25 sounds like that's about where we're at in the grand scheme of things. If Taffer's charging $295, I think 25 for us sounds right.
You're going to have to show me how to get on the Cameo machine so I can try that.
That's right. Bianchi's trying to slide right into retirement with some Cameo money.
Damn right. Let's get to some highlights and headlines. Thank God the Tampa Bay Buccaneers found out yesterday that Baker Mayfield's shoulder injury isn't as bad as they feared. Mayfield has a low-grade sprain of his left shoulder. He suffered that in the 34-7 blowout loss to the Rams on Sunday. Don't know if he'll be playing this weekend. If not, Teddy Bridgewater will start. Todd Bowles says we have all the confidence in the world in Teddy Bridgewater. Come on. No, you don't, Todd Bowles. You do not have all the confidence in the world in Teddy Bridgewater. In fact, I would say they probably have very little confidence in Teddy Bridgewater, which means I think Baker Mayfield's going to be starting this week, even if he had a sprained right shoulder, not a left shoulder.
I mean, he must have been in a lot of pain because it seemed like the sprain was impacting the way that he was able to throw the football, even though the sprain was on the opposite shoulder. But I know that Baker Mayfield is one of the toughest guys that's out there at the quarterback position. So confidence or no confidence, he's going to play if he's able to play. I think the bigger question for me is, can he make it through a football game? You can take the Toradol shot and all that. That wears off. At some point, you're going to have to take a tackle where where you fall
Right.
on that shoulder. Is he going to make it through the football game? I worry about the Bucs this weekend.
Yeah, and no matter who the quarterback is, unless the Bucs defense starts playing better, they're not going anywhere. I mean, the defense. So the Rams. I saw this stat this morning. The Rams scored a touchdown on their first 3 possessions Sunday night. At that point, the defense had allowed touchdowns in 10 of the 15 drives over the last 3 games. The Bucs have allowed 106 points during their 3-game losing streak, an average of 35.3 points per game. That defense they're going nowhere with that defense.
Yeah, and
Kravitz.
Jacoby Brissett is balling right now. So that's what you're up against is a red-hot quarterback that's able to move the ball up and down the field and a defense that can't stop anybody. They didn't have the best defense in the world coming into the season, but this is injuries everywhere on the field catching up with them. And I fear that they're lucky that the Panthers lost last night, but they still have 2 huge games coming up against them. The season really comes down to that because this is not a matter of can you finish as the top seed in the NFC. Those days are done, but can they win the NFC South? That is still in front of them. I'm losing faith.
You forget just how pathetic the Panthers are until you sit down to watch them on primetime TV last night. Good God. Brock Purdy threw 3 first-half interceptions last night. The Panthers could not capitalize on any of them. I think they kicked a field goal after one of them. They end up losing the game to the 49ers 20-9. Kravitz, Brock Purdy, I'm sorry. And I know they would never admit it, the 49ers. I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and that bunch. I'll guarantee you they regret now signing Brock Purdy to that huge deal. I think NFL teams with their quarterbacks are sort of like college football teams with their coaches. They think they have to pay their quarterbacks just to show how big and bad they are. Right?
I think that is 100% accurate. Yes. I mean, you look at the examples now. I think the difference is that NFL teams will at least learn from their mistakes, where colleges will never learn from theirs.
Right.
Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy. These are bad contracts. These are still startable quarterbacks in the NFL.
Let's not forget Deshaun Watson.
Oh, gosh. I mean, that's the Browns, though. They gave him a fully guaranteed deal. No other team in the NFL would have done that. So that was still an isolated incident. But I do think that this is something that NFL teams that are looking at their quarterbacks that might be up for a deal, I think this is a lesson that you can learn. If you've got a quarterback that's middle of the road but has some success, you do not need to sign them to these monster deals. You'd be better off waiting until their deal completely reaches its end.
Exactly.
And then make a decision from that point.
Right.
And if you have to move on, oh, well, there are the Flaccos and the Mac Joneses that are out there, and you can get by much cheaper. I was thinking as I'm watching that game last night, how bad does Kyle Shanahan want to put Mac Jones in the game right now? But he can't because of the contract situation.
No question. No question. And by the way, the Panthers, why aren't they playing I'm having a brain infarction. The running back that Rico Dowdle. Why aren't they playing Rico Dowdle more? He had like 6 carries last night.
It makes no sense to me. I thought Chuba Hubbard looked all right, and Chuba Hubbard's a fine running back. Perhaps that's financial too. They just paid him an extension in the offseason. I feel like they're of the mindset that they're trying to justify that. Rico Dowdle has been one of the best running backs in the NFL in limited usage this season. It makes no sense whatsoever. I do think the Panthers are better than what they showed in prime time last night. I still think this is a team. If I had to predict it right now, who's going to win the NFC South, I still think the Panthers are in better form than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You're not. Speaking of that game last night, San Francisco wide receiver Juwan Jennings responded to a cheap shot from Carolina safety Trevon Moehrig late in Monday night's game. He threw a punch at Moehrig after the final whistle. Moehrig hit Jennings in the nads is what he did. All right. Here's Kyle Shanahan talking about it.
Yeah, the guy took a cheap shot and hit him in the balls, and it's a real on for not losing his mind out there and get him to the sideline.
Yeah, he tried to get the officials to call a penalty and then went after Morig after the game. Good for him. Good for him. Here's a little, we're not doing bet it or forget it today, Kravitz, but here's one for you. All right. Bet it or forget it. You'd rather get spit on than hitting the nads.
Forget it. Forget about it. It's still more disrespectful to get spat on, and I don't know where hurts. What hurts more. I don't know where you've been. At least if I'm playing football, I probably have a cup or something to protect.
It looked like Jennings had a cup.
No, I don't think he did. I remember one time when I was playing Little League Baseball, I had a cup on, and I hit the ball into the gap in the outfield. And I'm racing. You know how fast I am. So I'm rounding the bases.
You're plotting.
I'm stampeding my way to second base, and the cup runs down my leg and is just hanging around my shin as I slide into the bag. And then you have to make the decision. Do I take the cup out? Do I try and slide it back up? You know, we've got baseball to play here. I don't remember what I did, but anyway, when I think of a cup, I think of that story. I'd still rather get punched in the groin than spat on, but it was not an easy decision to make there. I'd rather neither.
I never had to worry about my cup falling off, Kravitz. It was always, because
you bought the kid size cup.
I get physically excited in places I don't want to talk about. Where'd you find that, Prime Time?
I've been waiting for that for months.
That is headlines and highlights.
That right there, Jaden. That's called perfect timing. Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration. Something to be thankful for. Plus, best and worst Thanksgiving sides, because we got to talk about it. Whole lot more to get to on Game On. Bill Conley from ESPN is going to join us later on as well. Don't go anywhere.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
You know what I'm thankful for as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday? I'm thankful for the peace of mind a tailored investment portfolio has provided me. Therefore, I'm thankful for Trajan Wealth. When I met with them, I got straight talk, not some sales pitch. They reviewed my finances, my portfolio, my plan. They explained my options and helped me move over an old 401k I'd been ignoring. Now I've got a clear strategy that's built around my goals, not your goals, not my neighbor's goals, my goals. They are fiduciaries, so their loyalty is to you, not selling a product. If you don't make money, they don't make money. And founder Jeff Jr. is a Marine veteran who runs Trajan Wealth with that same Semper Fi mantra he learned in the military. Simplify. Semper Fi means always faithful. And Trajan Wealth is always faithful to your financial future. Give them a call today, 407-213-0000, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule that free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Is it just me, or is it almost time to throw the heater on? Before you do that, please make sure you have your AC checked out by the best in the business. Of course, I'm talking about Mills Air. And the bottom line is, for me, I don't skimp on quality and professionalism when it comes to something as important as my AC provider. Mills Air doesn't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. They're the MVP of AC technicians. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
There's a fender bender blocking the left lane, causing stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike northbound before US 192. That's off in the left lane there. There's a crash off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound past US 27, slowing things down a bit on I-95. Expect delays northbound and southbound between LPGA Boulevard and I-4. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
This holiday season at AT&T, learn how to get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible iPhone trade-in. Any condition. Requires trade-in of iPhone 14 Pro Max or higher. Excludes iPhone 16e. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. Visit att.com/iPhone for details.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Thanksgiving is a time to reflect on our blessings and share moments with family and friends. May your holiday be filled with love, laughter, and delicious food. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving from everyone at iHeartMedia and Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
The one and only Monster Jam. The world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Grave Digger and Mole. Coming to Camping World Stadium January 10th. Brought to you by Big 80 Tires. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BetterEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BetterEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BetterEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at BetterEdge.com or on the BetterEdge app.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That fun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
We are Orlando sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I am dedicated. I am TNT.
With Team in Training, you will reach your best physical self so blood cancer patients can reach theirs. Change your life by joining a marathon, half marathon, triathlon, or a cycle event, and you'll change the lives of blood cancer patients.
I am committed. I am TNT.
After 600,000 participants and almost $1 billion raised for treatments, TNT has helped the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society make a significant impact in the advancement of blood cancer therapies that save lives every day.
I am making a difference. I am TNT.
Join TNT. Expand your circle of friends to be part of a very special community. Train with world-class trainers and have the chance to be part of the most exciting endurance sports events in the country. Or train on your own schedule with TNT Flex. Join TNT and fundraise while you train, and take part in getting us all closer to a world without blood cancers.
Join TNT now. Go to teamintraining.org.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its two stunning champion
with Kravitz.
Your stupid, overreactive argument that Travis Hunter got hurt because he's trying to play both ways. That's the most idiotic, overreactive stance I've ever heard. It was on the debate shows yesterday. Just what you just said. What did they expect? You can't play both ways in the NFL. That's a bunch of garbage. He was hurt in a non-contact injury during practice. It wasn't that his body broke down and that's why he was coming off his best game. He was getting better, not worse.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Jimmy Cliff, reggae pioneer, dies at the age of 81. One of the great songs of all time right here. We went non-royalty free just to give a shout out to reggae star Jimmy Cliff. I did not know, if I'm being honest, the name of the person that sang that song, but we all know that song. That's an iconic track.
Absolutely. I love Jimmy Cliff. I loved him before he went commercial, when he was just Jimmy Ledge. Yeah.
I was not prepared for the level of dad joke that you just laid upon us, but you're in prime form. By the way, Mike, do you see the turkey on the live stream that we've got? We've got a little Game On logo. He's pulling a wagon.
Oh yeah. Look at there. Look at the turkey.
He's pulling
a goblin.
Yeah, he's pulling a wagon. He's got a pumpkin. There's a carrot in there. You know, all the important stuff for. Yeah, there you go. They got the turkey wanted to check in. Turkey, what you got for us? We'll see. Thank you. I feel bad for the turkeys this time of year, but we appreciate their. Well, you know what? Let's give thanks to the turkeys that put the food on the plate. It's time for.
You shouldn't feel bad for the Gators.
Well, we'll see. We got football picks coming up later on in the show. We got to make a selection between Florida and Florida State. We'll see what we come up with. Let's get to our daily coach quote of the day.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about being thankful. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and then letting it rot under the tree. Mike, when you appreciate somebody or something, tell them.
Damn right. Yeah.
There's another one.
You should always tell those you love. Tell the ones you love them a lot. Tell them that a lot. Always say that. If I'm talking to my daughters or talking to my friends. Sometimes, what was it? A few weeks ago, I don't know if it was on this show or before open mic. Closed shop. We were interviewing somebody, and at the end I said, "Love you." It was just some guest. Yeah,
I remember that. That was painfully uncomfortable, but it was nice. I don't remember. I don't remember who. It was probably Jamie.
Might have been Huguenin or something. Might have been Huguenin. Love you,
Jamie Eisenberg.
Might have been Jamie. I do love him.
I said it to John Taffer after we had him on. I don't know if you heard me. Another one that I pulled today was, if a fellow isn't thankful for what he's got, he isn't likely to be thankful for what he's about to get.
Absolutely.
Keep that in mind as the holidays are upon us. Appreciate what you have. You might get new stuff. But if you don't appreciate what you have, you won't appreciate the new stuff either. Text question today: best and worst Thanksgiving sides. The holiday right around the corner here. We are just 2 days away from the plates being full, the football on the screens, and all of that stuff. Mike, for me, I already did my Mount Rushmore on this last week. So I'm going to step to the side so you can tell me. But sweet potato casserole is at the top of the list. Give me pecans. Give me marshmallows. I don't care. I like that. It all.
I like that. But again, I don't eat that with my meal because it's dessert. Sweet potato casserole with marshmallows and nuts and all that sugar and butter in it. That's nothing but dessert is all that is. And it's good. And when I go get the dessert like the pumpkin pie or the peanut butter pie, I'll get a scoop of the sweet potato casserole as well as dessert. But I don't even consider that a side dish. I consider that a dessert dish, but it's good.
That's just a crazy take. That really is one of your most insane takes, that it's not a side dish. You put it on the side of the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the sweet potatoes, the mac and cheese, the green beans, all on one plate, cranberry sauce.
And here's the other thing. Forget the green beans and forget all the stuff that is superfluous. There's so much good stuff on Thanksgiving. You don't even want to put a single green bean on your plate or the green bean casserole. That's the worst side dish of all time. But even sometimes people will make mixed vegetables or no. You've got all the good stuff. It's sort of like when you go to a restaurant and you eat, you fill up on the bread, and then when your meal gets there, you're not really all that hungry. Don't fill up with green beans and things like that when you've got turkey and you've got to save room for the sweet potato casserole and the cranberries and the mashed potatoes and all of that. No green beans. No.
Solid Thanksgiving advice. Where do you land on the bring your own dish Thanksgiving? Have you ever been to the get together where there are certain family members you ask like who made that casserole, and then if you know it came from Judy, you're not touching it?
Yeah. What about me? I've been single for a little bit. I'm not right now, but I have been single when I go to these Thanksgiving festivities up in Gainesville. My family has a big get together and everybody brings a dish. But when I'm single, I don't bring a dish. All right. You know what I do? I buy a bottle of whiskey for the host.
There you go.
Is that good enough? That's good enough,
absolutely.
Right? Huh? Yeah,
absolutely. That's I think that's the proper move. As long as you're bringing something to the table. Hey, people need to drink on Thanksgiving too. A lot of people you got to deal with. Up next.
And one year I did bring some Publix chicken.
No,
is that okay?
No. You should have stopped at the bourbon. What are you doing?
Huh?
Who needs
is that
Publix
okay?
chicken?
Spicy Publix chicken? Good.
I brought some drumsticks.
Wait a minute. Is that Mr. Publix saying I suck?
Why are you bringing Publix chicken?
I like Publix chicken, especially the spicy Publix chicken.
Did they not have turkey at this Thanksgiving get-together?
Yeah, they have turkey, but sometimes you want something different.
Turkey, could you check in on this? How does the turkey feel about bringing that sort of... offended. That was an offended turkey. Up next, we're Jags fans.
That turkey's in a foul mood.
I'm going to commercial break.
Turkey's in a foul mood. Get it?
I got it. Dad jokes continue to pour in. Are you encouraged or discouraged with the win on Sunday for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Mia O'Brien joins the show next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
We are about to feast on some football this week. Main dish on Thursday, some side plates on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Bring the Tupperware and make sure that you refresh the Hard Rock Bet app. Everyone's welcome to the Hard Rock Bet dinner table. Sign up today. Bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you'll feast on $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. A winning bet and a stuffed bankroll. Now that is something to be thankful for this time of year. Tonight, give me the over in the Magic and the Sixers. No Joel Embiid, which means a faster pace from Philly. And how about this? The Magic filling it up lately, 62% to the over this season in their games. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833 Play wise.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Your favorite band live, first chord hits. That's a thrill. But for the accident attorneys at Farah and Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win. I've been there when the worry is real, when the bills pile up, when the pain doesn't quit, and getting the call that says, "We came through for you." That's huge. It's about seeing that weight lift, helping folks walk out better than when they walked in. Yeah, we're built for that.
Call Farah and Farah, Orlando.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help
Real quick, we're not apologizing for wins around here. Guys, real quick, we're not apologizing for wins around here. Real quick, we're not apologizing for wins around here.
so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Guys, real quick, we're not apologizing for wins around here.
We're not apologizing around here. We don't apologize for bringing on the best Jags insider that there is. Mia O'Brien, host of the Club 904 podcast. Find her on ESPN Radio as well. Mia, should the Jags apologize for the win they had on Sunday?
No, because it's hard to win in the National Football League, and they were cheated out of a win against the Cincinnati Bengals week 2. So this is the universe rectifying itself and balancing out.
Multiple touchdown passes for Trevor Lawrence. I thought he looked pretty good in the run game as well, 29 yards as he scampered through the Cardinals defense. However, he had 3 interceptions, more costly turnovers for Trevor Lawrence. So how do you grade his performance as we continue to try and figure out exactly what Trevor Lawrence is as far as being a star quarterback or a potential star quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, so my perception of this game was rather fascinating given that I was hosting on national ESPN radio. And so watching all 4 games in that window at the same time. And so simultaneously seeing what was going on in Dallas with what was going on in Phoenix. The obvious answer is that the Jaguars are not in an overtime game if Trevor Lawrence takes care of the football. At the same time, they're not able to win that game if he doesn't lead them down the field with what should have been the go-ahead score to Parker Washington. I've heard a couple people say he is both the fireman and the arsonist at this point in time. As I've told you guys week in and week out, and I will continue to reiterate, this was never going to be he's a finished product 6 games in. And I'll tell you the same thing if 3 weeks from now he looks like an MVP candidate. Like, we fell for that in 22. And the idea of accepting, hey, look, Doug Peterson fixed them. They won a playoff game. Yay, now they're Super Bowl contenders. Even if this team goes on to make the postseason, God willing, and they win a playoff game, I'm not going to fall for that again, and I don't think Trevor Lawrence and company will either, because I think that they recognize that this is a much longer-term play and build that they are working towards than simply, oh, look, see, we're right back in the playoff picture. Everything's fine and dandy.
When do you think we, as an NFL media collective, will make a final determination on exactly what Trevor Lawrence is? Because we are now 5 years into his career, and I still feel like nobody has a really good answer for that.
When did we figure out if Matt Stafford was good? I think he was 29 or 30.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I'm going to say Matt Stafford. And Matt Ryan is a little bit of an outlier, but similar to him. I keep comping his trajectory to Trevor. I think Matt Ryan, it was similar to Trevor. You saw flashes in his mid-20s, and they did go to an NFC championship game prior to Shanahan and DQ arriving. And so there was this sentiment of, oh, look, he's great, he's fixed. And then it wasn't until that second act that you were like, oh, okay, he's actually a offensive player of the year. This is an MVP candidate. Cool. Excuse me. So I would say similar to Stafford or him that, it's going to take till year 29. Look at Goff, look at Sam Darnold, look at Baker Mayfield. It's okay. And there are a lot of coaches, I will just tell you, there are a lot of coaches around the National Football League that feel like players are not getting the same development at the collegiate level that they once were. You can call that an old man yelling at a cloud from his stoop all you want. But if it is true, then you're seeing why quarterbacks are not developing until their late 20s.
Mia, why is it that obviously the Jaguars have had some bad Novembers in the past. This year, though, they're undefeated in November. They should they should beat the Titans handily on Sunday, but for whatever reason, I don't trust the Jaguars against the Titans. Maybe it goes way back when the Titans used to beat the Jaguars regularly. Why don't I trust the Jaguars right now?
I will tell you, Bianchi, the same thing I was told by multiple people inside the Jaguars facility and I don't feel bad that I'm calling him out on radio because I've called him out in a lot of other programs. Your good friend, my contemporary over at ESPN and on the Jaguars beat, Mike DeRocco, was bemoaning, oh my goodness, they're going to go to Arizona and lose a game that they should win because that's what the Jaguars do. And someone from the Jaguars said, why are you so burdened by what has previously been? Liam Cohen wasn't here when the Jaguars were losing to the Titans in the 90s. Jim Gladstone wasn't here in 2013 when this was an expansion roster. I mean, Tony Baselli was here, but he wasn't in the building when things were going awry in 2023. And so why do you have to be so burdened by that history that did not involve the characters who are actually playing in it now? So unless you truly believe that that the stadium is a ceremonial burial ground, which they're playing at Nissan Stadium, they're not playing at Everbank Stadium. If you truly believe that there is some curse on this franchise, unless you are so just confused, not confused, so intent on believing in that sort of witchcraft, then you should not be burdened. And you should not be thinking, oh my God, they're the same old Jags. Because if you think like that, then they're going to be that. I'm a firm believer in that. And maybe that's the leadership professor in me coming out. But the time has come, and that is why Tony Baselli goes on Jags HQ every Thursday and says, the time has come to start thinking that this is the biggest game in franchise history because it's the next game. And that sounds cliche. But if you actually are about it, then you will see the fruition and see the fruits of that labor come on Sundays.
Thank you. All right, so they're going to blow out the Titans on Sunday. I'm glad to hear that.
There
All
you
right.
go. See, that's the spirit.
Okay, you mentioned Parker Washington earlier. What a find this guy has been. What a saving grace he's been for this offense. Tell us a little bit about him.
Oh, he's the best. I love Parker. Parker Washington, we're already trying to plot his off-season exploits when he's not preparing for his fourth season in the National Football League next year. Not that we're talking about the off-season, but we're going to get him on the Golf Channel more. We're going to get him a regularly occurring role, trust me. He's just pro's pro. I mean, this is a guy who, when he was coming out of college, if he wasn't hurt at the end of his final season at Penn State, probably goes on day 2 because he would have tested out the window at the combine. He jumps out of the gym. He has one of the highest verticals on this team. His catch rate coming out of college was one of the best of any receiver in 2023. The knock is that he's 5'10", and he's built like a running back. He's got a thick lower body. That's why he runs great through contact. But he is smaller in terms of stature and frame. And so that was the knock. He's not a bigger bodied wide receiver. And so the thought of him playing all 3 positions because he has such a high football IQ was foreign to some, but it's come to fruition. Last year, he was adamant. He told wide receivers coach Chad Hall, please let me play the X and the Z during training camp. I want to get reps, even if it's just mental reps. I want to learn the playbook. I don't want to just be typecasted as a slot receiver. And at the end of his second year, because of all the injuries the Jaguars incurred in 2024, you saw Parker Washington have to play all 3 wide receiver positions. And now he's arguably, outside of Jacoby Myers, who's still really learning the playbook, he's probably their best wide receiver at all 3 positions. And so that gives you, as a play caller and as a play designer and Liam Cohen, the opportunity to get very creative with where you can line him up one play to the next. And so pro's pro, great guy, and yeah, no, I mean, he catches everything. And the same with Jacoby Myers, and that is what this team needs. That's what Christian Kirk was when he arrived in Jacksonville, a guy who, yes, again, smaller in stature, but at the same time, he never really had a drop issue. Evan Ingram did, which was rectified here in Jacksonville, but because Christian Kirk was such a safety valve for Trevor Lawrence because he caught everything, it made life easier. And now you're seeing that with Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington, too.
Last thing, Mia, and perhaps most importantly, best Thanksgiving side dish.
Ooh, great question. I mean, I'm obviously big into stuffing. I'll just tell you, I guess, like what I'm providing to the Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday. My Brussels sprouts that I make, evidently with bacon, are a big fan favorite.
Yes, that should replace the green bean casserole. I am with you on that.
Get rid of
So I never had green bean casserole until I moved to Florida 7.5 years ago. So I'm kind of a newcomer to the casserole, which, hey, I mean, anything that's got, crumpled onion, whatever that is on top, like I'm here for. But yeah, no, we always did Brussels sprouts or some sort of other green up in the Northeast. Mac and cheese also was not a thing up there. I enjoy it now. Mashed potatoes, if you go through any of my elementary school yearbooks or All About You notebooks, you will see that it says it says mashed potatoes were my favorite food from grades K through 8, basically. So I guess I have to say mashed potatoes. But I also will place a vote for cranberry sauce out of a can.
Yes.
Which up in Freehold, New Jersey, we ate that stuff year round. My mom was always buying those cans, whether it was Thanksgiving or not. I almost bought a good old Ocean Spray can yesterday when I was picking up stuff for Thanksgiving, but I refrained because I know not everyone else likes to slice it like I do.
Yeah, cranberries keep you from getting scurvy, by the way. That's why the pill.
Oh, I'm a big cranberry juice. I mean, I don't. That's the funny part, Bianchi, is I only eat 3 types of fruit. You guys learn so much about me in these phone calls. But I will drink every fruit juice under the sun, including cranberry juice. Big cranberry juice gal.
Yep, it's and it helps the pirates as well with the scurvy.
Yes.
All right. Me, O'Brien.
I like a little vodka with my cranberry juice.
That too.
Also keeps away the scurvy. Host of the Club 904 podcast. You can find her on ESPN Radio as well. Enjoy the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, Mia.
Amen, brother man. I'll be on tonight with Q, 10 to 1 a.m. if anybody's listening on the old ESPN radio airwaves.
Go find Mia, one of our faves. Up next, your texts, your talkbacks, and I'm gonna give my own take on this Matt Stafford early in his career, Trevor Lawrence thing. An interesting take from me, O'Brien. We'll talk about that next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Big thank you to Richard from Mills Air for coming out to the house this week to service my unit. Got all gunk got vacked out of the line. All of that stuff is gone through a couple of mold tablets inside the unit as well, and he was on his way. He even gave me a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it myself, and that is what I call service. So whether you need a new unit or you need an update to your existing unit, Mills Air can help keep your home cool and energy efficient while improving your air quality all at the same time. Voted best in Orlando, no one does it quite like Mills Air. Protect your investment and give yourself some peace of mind in the process, especially during the holidays. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
All right, guys, let's get real. You know that feeling when your body just doesn't respond the way it used to, whether it's at the gym, on the golf course, or in the bedroom? You feel like you've lost a step. That's why I want to tell you about Shockwave Therapy at Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't some magic pill or gimmick. It's advanced acoustic energy that increases blood flow, repairs tissue, and restores function naturally. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. It's used by pro athletes to heal faster and perform stronger. And now it's helping guys like us feel younger again in the gym and in the bedroom. And ladies, it's not just for men. Women are seeing amazing results too. Better comfort, sensitivity, and overall confidence. So if pain or performance issues are slowing you down, it's time to get back in the game with the team that gets it right. Visit hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
Center lane's blocked, I-4 westbound before Darrell Carter Parkway. A disabled truck's off to the shoulder. I-4 westbound at Osceola Parkway. There's an accident off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike northbound before US 192, slowing things down. The roadways are getting busy this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Score huge deals on your perfect bed at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Stop in today and let the sleep experts find the right upgrade for your unique needs. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our acclaimed impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all to help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
Hey, Florida State fans and alumni, it's always a good time to become an FSU donor. The FSU license plate is a simple way to show your school spirit and support academic excellence via student scholarships. Stop by your local tax collector's office today. Go Noles!
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Annuities, non-advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy the lowest prices of the year on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus, featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits, like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Inbound goes over to Jokic. Half-court shot. Got it at the hard! He did it again! That was a jump shot from the mid-court circle like he was 8 feet away from the rim. Nothing but net.
Nobody better than Nikola Jokic. That guy is absolute madness on the basketball court. the half-court heave, which now, by the way, Mike, if you recall, if you miss it at the end of a quarter, does not count against you. It's a team miss, not a player miss, because the players didn't want to impact their shooting percentage.
By the way, speaking of the NBA, are you ready to admit that your burying of the Miami Heat was premature?
No, I'm not.
Not yet.
I think this is just a nice start for a team that's playing a different style that is bothersome.
They got the fastest pace in the NBA this year.
That's what I mean. I think they're taking teams by surprise with their frenetic pace, but I still don't believe in their talent. So I think at some point the coaching,
Tyler Hero back last night.
Tyler Hero's back. I don't think he played that well, if I recall. I don't think he did
24,
much.
I think he had 24 last night.
All right. Well, he didn't. It was this 3-point shot was off. But either way, I'm not much of a believer, but we'll see if they're able to shock me down the road. But oh my God, already? Anyway, we have David Steele coming up in the 4:00 hour. Play-by-play TV voice of the Orlando Magic. Bill Conley, who does the SP Plus, a Power Raiders dream on college football. He also
your power rate.
He also he takes care of it. It's hard to power rate college football, but he does it really well. Also wrote a book on the future of college athletics. We'll talk to him about that coming up in the 4:00 hour. Polapalooza right around the corner. Don't go anywhere.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Fellas, just wanted to wish y'all a very happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to BK, Bianchi, the Prodigy. Appreciate what you guys do for all of us zone heads and game heads and gamers, whatever we are these days. And just want to let you know I'm going to be sitting down at Thanksgiving with that turkey and that ham and that mac and cheese and those mashed potatoes. I'm going to hit them with a how. How? How?
I'm just gonna walk around the house making that noise. People know what's up. Appreciate Jesse for that. Always leaving he's the talkback king, and we appreciate it. We pimp that talkback quite a bit, and he always comes through with those, and we appreciate his involvement in the show. We have one on the text line from the 954 that says, listening from Puerto Rico, shout me out for my wife so that she can be impressed. So there's your shout out. I'd give you a better one, but if you're going to ask for a shout out, give us your name so that I know who to shout out. All I have is your area code, unless you want me to read off the whole phone number.
He's the Prince of Puerto Rico.
The Prince of Puerto Rico checking in on the show. That's right. Maybe it was the turkey texting in. Is that possible? The turkey? So Bianchi waits all week for this one. It is time to scratch the poll itch. 5 questions, all mind benders, mostly things that we've discussed throughout the week. At least that's the way it typically works. It's only Tuesday, but let's hit it. Polapalooza. We shall start with poll question number 1. Did Florida State make the right decision by retaining Mike Norvell? Yes, that was fiscally responsible, or no, he should be out. Where do you vote, Mike?
Oh, yes, they made the right decision. $54 million to buy him out, $72 million when you're counting him and his staff to buy them out. Plus, they'd be getting a late start on the coaching searches. There's nobody out there that is going to knock the socks off Florida State fans and get them excited right now. So why not wait a year, save some money, see what Norvell can do, invest in the roster, and maybe he gets it turned around next year. It's the absolute right decision.
54% of the vote agree with you that was the correct decision to make. I have a hard time arguing against it because of the dollars in college football and how those need to be allocated now. It would seem like it would just be one of those things to satiate an angry fan base. But I also haven't heard a ton of it. This isn't like Florida, where it felt like every Gator fan I ran into wanted Billy Napier out. I don't get that same sense with Florida State fans. I think because he had some margin of success, there is still belief that Mike Norvell could possibly be the right guy if he finds the right players. There's at least some confidence in him, but at least a sensible audience voting on this poll. Poll question number 2. Which of the two should Dolphins fans be cheering? I was about to say which of the two Dolphins fans, as if there's only 2 left. There might be. Which of these two should Dolphins fans be cheering for at this stage in the season as they sit at 4-7 in the AFC? Meaningless wins or draft positioning? This is a heavy debate among Dolphin Nation.
Well, first of all, when you look at their remaining schedule coming up, they've got some easy. Their next 3 games, the Steelers are their 3rd game, but their next 3 games are relatively easy. They could get to 500 within the next 3 games, and if that happens, they're still in the wild card hunt. So you can call them meaningless wins if you want. And the chances are they're not going to make the playoffs. But if you get to 500 in the AFC, you've got a chance. So I'm going to say play for victories in the quote-unquote meaningless games.
I originally thought that they should be tilting towards draft positioning after losing to the Ravens, but it does feel good to win. And the Dolphins haven't really been that good at drafting anyway, so what's the difference? Give me meaningless wins. 57% of the vote say they should be angling for draft positioning at this point. There is a small percentage chance that they could still make the playoffs, but they can't flip up. That's the problem. You're asking a Dolphins team that isn't all that good to run the table. It's possible with the schedule in front of them, highly unlikely. Poll question number 3. Which of these fallback candidates would excite Gator fans the most if Lane Kiffin isn't the new head coach? Brent Key at Georgia Tech, Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, John Sumrall at Tulane, or Jed Fish with UW, the Huskies?
None of the above.
Which should not be the answer. Gator fans have to sell themselves on someone else. There are other good options out there. Are you really that confident that Lane Kiffin is that much better than Kenny Dillingham, who won the Big 12 with an Arizona State team that was picked to finish dead last a year ago? He's a good football coach.
Jed Fish was a grad assistant under Spurrier. He went to UF. So he has some appeal, I guess. He's at a big-time school in Washington. You mentioned Dillingham. You know what? I don't care what's going to most excite Gator fans. I'm going to vote on what most excites me, all right? And I went to the University of Florida, so I count, all right? Brent Key. I know Brent Key. I like Brent Key. He was at UCF. He was a good guy. He's very personable. He's a man's man. He's a football coach. He turned that Georgia Tech program around. Give me a little Brent Key. to the Gators.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great option, too. I think the answer should be Kenny Dillingham. And honestly, until you and Mike Huguenin brought it up yesterday, or maybe it was you and Edgar or both, I hadn't thought about that because I didn't think that was – I feel like he's got a pretty good job. But I guess when you go from the Big 12 to the SEC, that's still an upgrade. Dillingham would be a phenomenal hire. I think Brent Key would be a phenomenal hire. Those two would be great options, and I think Gator fans should be over the moon if either one becomes their new head coach, even though both are in good spots right now, so why leave? But the poll, so I will officially lay my vote on Kenny Dillingham. 36% of the vote also on Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, followed by Brent Key with 18%, John Summerall with 15%, and Jed Fish, just kidding, he was in second place with 31% of the vote. But Kenny Dillingham winning the poll in agreement with me.
What if we would have had one of the options, none of the above?
That would have won. Poll question number 4. Which Thanksgiving NFL game do you find the most intriguing? We love playing the game, Intrigued or Fatigued. This is our version of that. Slid within Pollapalooza. We're mashing segments together today on Game On because we have 2 shows this week, both of which are off the air early, so this is such a stunted week for us. Intrigued or Fatigued? Packers, Lions, Chiefs, Cowboys, Bengals, Ravens, with Joe Burrow coming back, which is the only reason why that one even deserves to be on the poll. But 3 great games. Which one are you most intrigued by?
3 great. What was that last game?
Bengals, Ravens. With Joe Burrow's return.
Okay, Burrow's back, but the Bengals aren't going anywhere. It's not like they're going to get to the playoffs even with Joe Burrow. This isn't even close. This isn't even close. I mean, Cowboys Chiefs that game will draw maybe 50 million viewers. All right, you've got Cowboys and Chiefs, the 2 main draws in the NFL today. The Chiefs are still fighting for the playoffs, and you know what? Don't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. They're starting to look really good. That defense is coming around. Dak is playing lights out. The Cowboys Chiefs has to be the winner of this.
It is 49% of the vote on the Chiefs and the Cowboys, and we shared some notes prior to the show, and you asked me the question, is this going to be the highest rated game of the season? I think it could be the highest rated game in the history of the NFL. It being on Thanksgiving with the Cowboys and the Chiefs involved. I don't think there's going to be a household with a TV that's not watching that game at 4:00 Eastern. That could be one of the highest ratings in the history of television. But if we're talking football and not Taylor Swift's boyfriend and that Dallas Cowboys uniform and all these things that don't actually matter. By the way, if Taylor Swift does show up on the screen, TV sets around the country will explode. The answer is the Packers and the Lions. That right there is the most intriguing game.
The Packers bore me.
The Packers blew the Lions out in week 1. The Lions owe it to them. These are 2 of the best teams in the NFC. That's the best game of the day. A Bianchi Classic for poll question number 5 to round out Pollapalooza this week. What is the best holiday meat? Thanksgiving turkey, the Easter ham, Christmas prime rib, and I threw one on for myself, the Hanukkah brisket.
What? Yeah. I didn't know that was
That's the thing.
I didn't know.
Well,
I didn't know the Hanukkah brisket was a thing.
My mom makes brisket for Hanukkah, so damn it, it's a thing.
You need to ask Aunt Agnes. Does it have to be kosher brisket? Agnes? Does it have to?
The secret ingredient to the Hanukkah brisket, Mike, is ketchup. Okay, that's the thing you need to understand. Heinz ketchup, some roasted carrots. I'm voting Hanukkah brisket.
Okay, I've always said the Easter ham is much better than the Thanksgiving turkey, but come on now, the Christmas prime rib, the roast beast, you can't beat that. I mean, the turkey's more of a tradition, but come on, who wouldn't rather have a nice juicy piece of medium rare prime rib with the horseradish sauce you dip it in? It's so prime rib.
Yeah, hard to vote against prime rib. That is a delicious meat. I am preferential to the Thanksgiving turkey because of the tradition of it, but the Hanukkah brisket got my vote. The Hanukkah brisket, by the way, not getting a lot of love on the Twitter platform.
Because it's not kosher.
4.2% of the vote. If you have a rabbi blessed, it's kosher. I think that's how it works. 49% of the vote on Thanksgiving turkey as the best holiday meat. Bunch of liars out there, Mike.
Right.
That right there is Palooza. Magic back at it tonight. What does that injury report look like? And is this team what we thought they'd be when the season started? David Steele, the legend, joins us next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
It truly is the most wonderful time of the year, and that's not just a cliche, all right? And what better gift for you and your family this holiday season than the peace of mind a tailored investment portfolio provides? That's why I want to tell you about Trajan Wealth. When I first met with Trajan Wealth, I got straight talk. Not some sales pitch, not a bunch of jargon. They reviewed my plan. They explained my options and helped me move over an old 401k I'd been ignoring. Now I've got a clear strategy that's built around my goals. They are fiduciary. So what does that mean? That means they are loyal to you, not to selling a product. Fiduciary means if you don't make money, they don't make money. And founder Jeff Jr. is a Marine veteran who runs Trajan Wealth with that same Semper Fi mantra he learned in the Marines. Semper Fi means always faithful. And Trajan Wealth truly is always faithful to your financial future. Give them a call today at 407-204-0300. Tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
This is your tool-based hardware assist of the night, the Rook. Chase Richardson with some razzle-dazzle in Boston.
Howard snatches the rebound. Magic cleaning up the glass, too. Now Richardson in transition. He'll step in for three. That's up and good. We got a game. We got a game.
Nothing quite like a lefty shot. If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. From Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor with 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every night and your best stop before the game. Visit toolsacehardware.com and go Magic.
I-4 is going to cause you some trouble this afternoon. It's stop and go due to an accident westbound before Darrell Carter Parkway. Bumper to bumper getting through that World Drive area. Traffic slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway. And there's a crash to look out for on John Young Parkway just north of Osceola Parkway. Getting cleared up there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
This holiday season at AT&T, learn how to get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible iPhone trade-in. Any condition. Requires trade-in of iPhone 14 Pro Max or higher. Excludes iPhone 16e. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. Visit att.com/iPhone for details.
Yingling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yingling is the taste of tradition. Yingling. Legends stand the test of time.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Thanksgiving is a time to reflect on our blessings and share moments with family and friends. May your holiday be filled with love, laughter, and delicious food. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving from everyone at iHeartMedia and Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox, and O'Reilly Auto Parts can help take the guesswork out of your check engine, ABS, or maintenance light with O'Reilly VeriScan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. O'Reilly VeriScan can identify the most likely problem with just one scan. If you need help, O'Reilly Auto Parts can recommend a shop for you. Don't ignore a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light. Ask for O'Reilly VeriScan today, a free service exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
You know, when your car breaks down, you want a mechanic you can trust, someone who fixes the problem and doesn't try to sell you things you don't need. Well, in Florida, your air conditioner is every bit as important as your car, maybe even more. And for 40 years, Jason and his crew at Ziegler Air Conditioning have been the AC company Central Florida trust. I'll never forget this past Labor Day weekend. It was 95 degrees. My AC went out, and I thought my holiday was ruined. But within an hour, Ziegler Air had a tech at my door, the problem fixed, and my weekend saved. They're a carrier and factory authorized dealer, which means they get the best deals and rebates. And unlike other companies, Ziegler's techs don't get paid commissions. Their job is to fix the problem, not sell you stuff you don't need. Honest service, real people, and 40 years of keeping Central Florida cool. So the next time the heat is on, don't sweat it. Call Ziegler Air Conditioning at 407-245-8765. That's 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
If a Lenovo gaming computer is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the gaming PCs you want, like the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 10 gaming desktop and Lenovo Lock gaming laptop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Miami Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app.
This is Goga Bitadze of the Orlando Magic.
3, and he missed it, didn't even touch rim. Rebound Suggs. He'll pitch it ahead to Goga running the floor. He's got 3 Sixers around him, and Goga fancy footwork, and he'll flip it up and in.
Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. Now time for the latest on the Magic. Let's kick it back to the studio for the Magic Word.
David Steele, legendary Magic broadcaster for FanDuel Sports Network, joins us as we preview another night of Magic basketball. Magic Sixers tonight in Philly. our game day coverage powered by IBEW Local 606, proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. David, the last time we spoke, we were wondering if Magic fans should remain patient or not, and I guess that patience has paid off because outside of the other nights, the Magic have looked pretty good as of late.
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally different feel right now, isn't it, Brandon, from when we spoke? The team was probably 1-3 or 1-4. I think I caught you at probably the low point, but since Desmond Bain hit that game-winning shot against Portland, things have kicked up. The team used that, I think, as a catalyst to really put things together. They're playing with so much confidence right now, and I would throw that Boston game out from Sunday night. We'll see what happens tonight. Big game in Philly.
The players seem to be pretty amped up about the NBA Cup. I don't know if that's just something that they feel like they are supposed to say because they work for the NBA. But does it surprise you that the players, I don't know if other teams are like this, but the Magic guys seem to really be all about it. Does it surprise you that they're bought into this?
It really does not surprise me. These are very competitive people. So you put a goal out there for them to try and win. I don't care what kind of championship it is. And in this particular case, there's quite a significant financial incentive out there as well. And a trip to Las Vegas for, the semifinals and the finals. I just know in that locker room that it is something that is a goal for this team, this franchise, coaching staff, the players. So, yeah, they're going all in on trying to at least get to Las Vegas, play in the semifinals.
For the Magic, what does that injury report look like for tonight? Suggs was out on Monday, Wendell Carter Jr. We found out Goga Bitadze wasn't going to play right before tip-off. Where are we at as far as tonight goes?
Well, the injury report indicates that Goga is still questionable. So, I'd say that's probably 50-50. Wendell Carter Jr. and Jalen Suggs are no longer on that injury report, so they're good to go for tonight. So, you could have an issue with the backup center spot, but, you've got Orlando Robinson, who played pretty well the other night in Boston, and Jonathan Isaac. So I think the team will be all right tonight against Philadelphia in terms of, who's available and who's not.
David, speaking of injuries, Steve Kerr, after the Magic beat Golden State last week, he in his post game, he said, hey, many of these early season injuries are being caused by the increased pace of play, the back-to-backs, the schedule, all of that. Is there anything that can be done to cure this load management injury management issue in the NBA?
I don't know. I've read everything probably that's been out there lately. You probably have too, Mike and Brandon, but I'm not sure what can be done. One thing that I never hear anybody mention, and I don't know, I don't understand this, but nobody seems to ever mention why not stretch the season out, add more days to the season. I mean, is there some kind of cardinal sin against the NBA in September, early October, or playing a week or two later into May, April, May? I don't understand why that couldn't be one of the solutions to the problem, just to even the schedule out. I think a lot of it, though, has to do with just the usage that these players have. Not just during the season, but the off season. All the basketball and all the training they've done through AAU and high school and through college. For many of them, just 1 year of college. But it's just I think back 20, 30 years ago, there wasn't that much training, and it seems like that maybe that could be an issue too. Maybe they need a little more time off in the off season, or just let their bodies heal up. But I'm sure there are a number of factors. It's hard to put your finger on just one thing, but maybe people smarter than us can get together and figure out how to move forward, because it's not really acceptable what's happening right now in the NBA with all the injuries.
Right. David, everybody knows what Jalen Suggs means to the team, means to the defense, means to just the attitude of the team. What about Desmond Bain? Besides his shooting, and you mentioned the buzzer-beating three-pointer, Desmond Bain seems to bring a certain attitude to this team as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a swagger, no question about it. It's different. It's a different energy than what Jalen brings, but still, he's a very competitive guy. I think he likes the physicality. He's not afraid to trash talk a little bit and get in a guy's face, and he's not going to back down from anybody. So he does bring that a little. You got Mo Wagner, you got Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bain. You've got some dogs on this team, and he's one of them. Plus, he's a very good basketball player. That helps too.
David, before we cut you loose, a broadcaster question. You guys are off tonight, right?
Yeah, no TV locally. No FanDuel tonight.
So it's an NBC,
the Peacock. Yeah,
NBC Peacock. Have you been able to lock in at all to this point in the season on NBC's presentation of the league? And if so, how have you felt about it?
Yeah, I've watched a couple of games. I think NBC's presentation looks good. First of all, having Round Ball Rock back is that's a big step for me. That's my favorite sports theme song of all time, really. But I think they've got good analysts. I've enjoyed Vince and T-Mac, and I guess Carmelo's the third that they use quite often too. I think they've got a good crew, good telecast.
Yeah,
it's not FanDuel, but it's okay.
You know what? It's not FanDuel, and I don't like the fact that FanDuel is not televising the game. I say poppycock on Peacock is what I say. Poppycock on Peacock.
That's good. That has a nice ring to it.
Yep.
You can probably do a T-shirt. Poppycock on Peacock.
I expect
the team store.
I expected is this anything on that for the next broadcast that you guys are on. David Steele, legendary Magic broadcaster for FanDuel Sports Network. Thanks so much, David. Enjoy the game,
guys. Thanks. I'll credit Bianchi if we can pull the T-shirt thing off.
Good.
And is this anything? All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. See you, David. Is this anything? Poppycock? Yes or no?
Poppycock on Peacock. I love watching David Steele, Dante, Jeff Turner. I love watching those guys. They analyze the Magic. I don't need the national coverage. I'm sorry. I don't need that. Poppycock on Peacock.
Well, good news for you, Mike, is you can sync your TV up with the radio. 104.5 The Beat. You can catch local coverage with our guy Jake Chapman on the call, and yours truly with the pregame, halftime, and postgame show. Up next, the future of college football with ESPN writer Bill Conley. Next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
It is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. As you know, the Chevy Red Tag event is going on right now. You know what? I love Friday nights and weekends here in Central Florida. You can smell the turf. You can hear the band. You can feel the lights. That is Central Florida on a Friday night. And for 50 years, Don Mealy Chevrolet has been driving the hometown crowd. Don started it all after moving here from Maryland, and now his son Jay is keeping the winning streak alive 50 years later. It is the Chevy Red Tag event, and right now you can lease a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT for just $409 a month, or 36 months, or get 0% APR financing for 36 months. How good is that? From hauling the gear to towing the tailgate, Silverado is built for champions, just like the Mealy family. Visit Don Mealy Chevrolet or dmchevy.com before the red tags are all gone. Chevy, together, let's drive.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida. This guy is money, and he joins me now to talk about the latest in real estate. How is the market doing right now, and how can buyers take advantage?
The market is doing well. It's not crazy like it was a few years ago, but right now it is prime to buy real estate. Not so great for sellers, but it's prime to buy real estate. And one of the big things that buyers are getting now is instead of fighting over the cost of the home, we're fighting over concessions from sellers to buy down the rate, make repairs, cover your down payment. I think that the big thing right now is finding an agent that can negotiate, understands the market, really fights to keep as much money as they can in your pocket.
And Kevin is that agent. When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to move you right along. Search his name on Facebook or call him today, 407-702-4635.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
IDC's incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's bigger than ever. With any purchase this weekend at International Diamond Center, you get the best value price plus an incredible free gift like a free weekend getaway. Here's how it works. Buy something at IDC for just $249 and we'll give you a free $50 gift card. Spend $599 and we'll give you a free Wolf Maria jewelry box. Spend $999, get a free luxury Lola blanket. Buy any IDC jewelry for over $1,999 and get a free Aura Fitness ring. And for something really cool, listen to this. If you spend over $4,999, IDC gives you a free 3-day beach resort weekend getaway. The Bahamas, Miami, Sanibel Island, and more to choose from. It pays to shop early at IDC. And don't miss our annual Black Friday sale. We've got free gifts for everyone. Get an extreme value price on your jewelry and we'll give you an amazing free gift. 3 days only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at International Diamond Center. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Tuesdays are a triple threat at Wing House. Dig into $3 street tacos packed with bold flavor. Sip on $3 well drinks and enjoy a refreshing $3 16-ounce domestic draft. Boy, that sounds nice. It's a perfect midweek escape with unbeatable deals and a laid-back vibe. Whether you're flying solo or you're rolling deep with your crew, Taco Tuesdays at Wing House is always a win. 3 Central Florida locations to find. Wing House, good food, beautifully served.
The Hess stock car races are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our Cigar of the Week. This week's Cigar of the Week is the best Christmas gift set I think we've ever offered. It's the Monte Cristo Toomey gift set. And of course, everybody knows Monte Cristo synonymous with some of the best cigars out there, still making some of the best smokes in the world. What you get here is 12 total cigars from some of their best classic lines out there. You get 3 classic Toros, 3 Nicaragua Toros, 3 platinum Toros, and 3 white Toros. And if that's not enough, a Toomey Nassau Slimline wallet. All of this for only $132.95. This is an extremely limited event. Grab it now. That's 40% off what they usually charge. It is the Monte Cristo Toomey gift set, and it is your Cigar of the Week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
The Magic will visit Philadelphia tonight. That's for NBA Cup group stage action. Orlando had their 3-game win streak snapped by Boston Sunday. Over to college hoops action, UCF will take on Quinnipiac in the Skyscanner Legends Classic, while Stetson, they entertain Wright State. And a bat used to hit 4 homers by Dodger star Shohei Ohtani during this past season, sold for $300,000 at a weekend auction. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
Michael Eric Dyson for the Bail Project.
Our founders drafted the 8th Amendment to prohibit excessive cash bail. They never meant for it to hold people in jail. They knew excessive bail would create one system of justice for the rich and one for everyone else. But today, cash bail traps people in jail before they've even had their day in court. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to Game On. Excited about this one. Been teasing it throughout the course of the show. Bill Connolly, one of the most astute college football writers in the nation and the author of the new book, Hitting Shelves Now, Forward Progress, the definitive guide to the future of college football. Bill, thanks for joining the show. Congrats on the book. A book about the future of college football. I imagine this took on several layers.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those deals where I needed to organize my own thoughts because I didn't know what I thought about the future. So, book forums work pretty well for that. You get to kind of take your time and isolate, different topics for different chapters, and I thought it worked pretty well.
Do you think college football, by and large, is in a decent place? It doesn't really get talked about that way, but I'm curious your perspective in general.
It is funny because I joke about this in the book. Any change we don't like, we say is going to kill college football, and there's no evidence whatsoever that college football is actually struggling. Ratings are good, attendance is good. Teams are spending money, probably more than they should, and they're hitting up the same boosters over and over again, and that can backfire eventually. But it just always seems like there's more money in college football, and until that part changes, then there's no evidence that anything's actually going wrong. It's just we don't like some of the changes that have been happening.
Bill, Mike Bianchi here. Funny you should mention that. I was at the Orlando Touchdown Club last night, and Lou Holtz was one of the guest speakers, and he went on an old school rant about how pay-for-play and the transfer portal are ruining college football. And, yeah, you're right, but there doesn't seem to be any evidence. What about residual, some of the old school fans? Could it turn them off and make them turn the TV off?
Yeah, I think you do risk taking your hardcores for granted. And one of the examples, there's a chapter in the book called How Sports Fall from Grace, where, because there's nothing obviously going wrong with the sport, I created a checklist and said, let's look at other sports that had a pretty big fall off, and what was some of the reason behind those things. Starting right off with the obvious NASCAR example, where they really did pursue the casuals to such an extent that it eventually did turn the hardcores off. And then when there's an economic downturn or something that really affected the money overall, they needed to lean on those hardcores. They weren't there anymore. And the bottom kind of fell out for a few years. It's rebounded, of course, but I do think that is a big thing. We can push the sport's perfect on the field. Like, it's just silly, and it's very clear. Like, we all have personal connections to alma maters and whatnot. And it's just got this great base of hardcore support, but yeah, you keep raising prices. You keep making it harder to watch your team. You keep giving them schedules with teams they don't really care about. And you do all these things enough, and, you won't turn off everybody, but you might turn off more than you expect to.
Also, Florida State is retaining Mike Norvell because they can't afford to pay his buyout. LSU allegedly was trying to get out of Brian Kelly's buyout, I guess, according to Brian Kelly. colleges are making all this money, but it doesn't seem like they spend it very wisely. What's your thought on these massive buyouts?
Yeah, that was kind of, I was really curious how that was going to play out because, with the buyouts that did happen, everybody was kind of in agreement, like, well, okay, we're going to need to see different kinds of contracts in the future because you can't commit $70 million, blah, blah, blah. First thing that happens after Penn State fires James Franklin is, Indiana gives Cignetti like $90 million guaranteed, and Nebraska gives Rule like $70 million guaranteed or something. So, in the end, athletic directors want to keep their job, and that means keeping a genuinely irrational fan base, or at least the money support, making those people happy, and that's going to end up, we end up doing the same thing over and over again. So it is hard. Like to help the sports, you almost have to hurt yourself in some ways, and nobody's ever going to be willing to do that.
We're talking to Bill Conley. He's the author of the book Forward Progress, the definitive guide to the future of college football. Also catches work at ESPN.com. I, by the way, I'm a power ratings nerd, so your SP Plus is just divine. How hard is it to put something like that together before the season with all of the movement that we see? I would think that building any sort of rating before, and then even when the season starts, the data is so unclear. How hard is it to sort through that?
It has certainly been, tricky from a data perspective. You like having big sample data sets to work with, but every single year enough changes, and just in terms of the volume of transfers, that's still going up. But I feel like at this point, I have 2, 3, 4 years of data just in terms of how, losing a lot of guys or bringing in a bunch of new guys and whatnot can affect the, I can fold that into the returning production numbers, I think a little bit better than I did at first. So feels like this year's projections were pretty good. The thing you have to accept is you're just going to massively whiff on a couple teams. Like there's on average, I think SP Plus did very, very well in the preseason, but it still had Penn State right up near the top, and there was no way around that. It was lower on Clemson and Texas than the polls were, and I was pretty happy about that. It was higher on Texas A&M than the polls were, so I thought those were good, but it still thought Clemson was a top 10 team, and they clearly weren't. So there are just always going to be some misses. You're not going to get everything. You're just trying to get as many teams as possible right.
Why won't the NCAA move some of these transfer windows? Is there a good reason why? I mean, to avoid a mess like what we're seeing right now with Lane Kiffin, and it seems like we do this dance every year with someone where there's a coach that feels like they have to make a decision right now. There are players that are in the college football playoff that are looking at what school they're going to be playing at next year. It just seems to me, I'm looking at this so simplistically, and I know there's more detail to it. It just seems like such an easy fix.
Yeah, I think basically no matter when you set up a portal window, there are going to be pretty big drawbacks to it. You're either going to make guys stay for the entire spring semester instead of going to wherever they're going. If you put it at the end of the year, I know a lot of coaches really wanted that. So I understand that there's just enough of a web here that you're never going to, there's no perfectly right answer that we should strive for. It is always going to be tricky. And I've tried to remind myself too, these last couple of weeks with the Lane Kiffin thing, Lane Kiffin could just say he's staying and that would solve all of their problems at the moment. But the fact that he's genuinely interested in leaving a playoff team apparently is what's causing a lot of those issues. So I guess that's part of the deal too. It's just, it's never going to be so clean. I do love the idea of one transfer window, like I guess they're going to try for January this year, or transfer portal window, I should say. And we'll see exactly the pluses and minuses that come with that, but there will undoubtedly be consequences, and then they'll have to tweak something. And I think it's just going to be this way for quite a while here, trying to figure everything out.
Bill, I'm really excited to read the new book, but before we let you go, what do your analytics and all of your research say about where Lane Kiffin's going to be coaching next year?
Well, I would, looking at, say, just a historical SP Plus rating, it's going to tell you that you should probably take that LSU job, among other things, because the ceiling's going to be awfully high there. But if anything right now, I would say, hey, you built a top 10 team. You had the second best team in the country last year. If you hadn't blown it in close games, you would have had a really good shot at the national title game. You're doing that at Ole Miss. You don't have to leave. And going to jobs that are a little crazier with higher expectations, I don't know. I guess the money takes care of that, and that's the real analytics of the situation. But he didn't have to leave. He's doing a really, really good job at Ole Miss.
Bill Connolly, one of the most astute college football writers in the nation, works for ESPN, also the author of the new book that has hit the shelves. You can actually purchase this right now on Amazon. It'd be a great Christmas gift for those in your family that are college football fans. Forward Progress, the definitive guide to the future of college football. Thanks so much, Bill. I look forward to following your work as the days and years go along. You do a phenomenal job. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
SP Plus, an absolute Bible on ESPN.com.
It is.
More Game On coming your way right after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
SP Plus, not a bad thing to check out before you go and place your bets on Hard Rock Bet. Man, the college football slate is plush this weekend. Pitt, Miami, Florida, Florida State. You've got BYU, UCF, Ohio State, and Michigan, the best rivalry in college football. Head to Hard Rock Bet and see what they have in store for you. You'll find boosted odds, in-game bets, props, teasers, parlays, whatever your flavor, they got something for you. Tonight, give me the over for the Magic and the Sixers. No Joel Embiid, which means a faster pace for Philly, and the Magic have been filling it up. 62% to the over this season. Hard Rock Bet, my go-to source as a sports fan, whether I'm tracking trends or getting in on the action myself. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
It's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, here to tell you the housing market is just like football. It's all about field position. And right now, sellers have the ball in the red zone. If you're thinking about selling, call the Nickley Group. Central Florida homes are selling for top dollar, and the Nickley Group sells homes for 6% more and twice as fast as the average agent. They'll even give you a guaranteed cash offer. No showings, closing as little as 14 days. So go to thenickley.com. Tell them I sent you. I might even be at your next closing. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
That accident's been moved off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound before Darrell Carter Parkway. Traffic's getting by a little bit better now. It's starting to crawl on I-4 westbound through that Celebration area into that Champions Gate area. It's stop and go on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway. There's a crash getting cleared up on Lake Mary Boulevard near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Look out for crews on the roadways there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast. Replacements usually take about 20 minutes. No appointment needed. Want to extend the life of your car battery too? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
You took the elevator to the 48th floor and handed him the briefing. Your fingertips touched, sending a shockwave of desire through the air. The room pulsed with a silent craving as he drew you in with his smoldering gaze. Before uttering the words your body ached to hear.
The next train on track 2 is delayed.
And all the while, you were on your commute home. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover romance titles on Audible.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Download the free iHeart app and listen to thousands of radio stations anywhere you go. Plus features like the Radio Dial, podcast, artist stations, and more. Powered by City Kia, Central Florida's favorite auto dealer.
Make that switch to City Kia. To City Kia.
IDC's incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's bigger than ever. With any purchase this weekend at International Diamond Center, you get the best value price plus an incredible free gift, like a free weekend getaway. Here's how it works. Buy something at IDC for just $249, and we'll give you a free $50 gift card. Spend $599, and we'll give you a free Wolf Maria jewelry box. Spend $999, get a free luxury Lola blanket. Buy any IDC jewelry for over $1,999 and get a free Aura Fitness ring. And for something really cool, listen to this. If you spend over $4,999, IDC gives you a free 3-day beach resort weekend getaway. The Bahamas, Miami, Sanibel Island, and more to choose from. It pays to shop early at IDC. And don't miss our annual Black Friday sale. We've got free gifts for everyone. Get an extreme value price on your jewelry, and we'll give you an amazing free gift. 3 days only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at International Diamond Center. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
Heavy metal on a light budget? If it's important, it's not worth compromising. That's why with Farmers, you get quality and savings on your auto insurance. Here, I'll take over. See what you could save at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If a Lenovo gaming computer is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the gaming PCs you want, like the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 10 gaming desktop and Lenovo Lock gaming laptop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
All right, guys, let's get real. You know that feeling when your body just doesn't respond the way it used to, whether it's at the gym, on the golf course, or in the bedroom? You feel like you've lost a step. That's why I want to tell you about shockwave therapy at Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't some magic pill or gimmick. It's advanced acoustic energy that increases blood flow, repairs tissue, and restores function naturally. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. It's used by pro athletes to heal faster and perform stronger. And now it's helping guys like us feel younger again in the gym and in the bedroom. And ladies, it's not just for men. Women are seeing amazing results too. Better comfort, sensitivity, and overall confidence. So if pain or performance issues are slowing you down, it's time to get back in the game with the team that gets it right. Visit hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com, and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida. My guy is money, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. What's the one piece of advice that you would give to first-time home buyers?
Interview agents and ask important questions. Ask what's important to that agent. Make sure that that agent is listening to you and understands what it is that you need when you're buying a house. There's hundreds of thousands of agents across this country, and a lot of people can buy and sell real estate, but to protect what you're doing, you need to make sure that that agent is really connected with you, really listening to you, and has your best interest at heart. It's not just a paycheck for me. It's not just a paycheck for a lot of agents, but I want a long-lasting relationship. I'm going to give loyalty to you. And then I also would say, as a home buyer, giving loyalty back to that agent, because at some point you're going to want to sell that house.
Trust and loyalty. You can count on Kevin for that. He'll move you right along through the real estate buying and selling process. 407-702-4635.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, and iHeart Radio Station. Guaranteed human.
This is Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic, and you're listening to the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
What is up, you jive turkeys? Tuesdays are a triple threat at Wing House. Get yourself chicken turkey ready with $3 street tacos packed with bold flavor. Sip on $3 well drinks. Enjoy a refreshing $3 16-ounce domestic draft. It's the perfect midweek escape. Great way to get yourself set for the holidays, whether you're flying solo or you're rolling with the crew. Taco Tuesday, always a win. Wing House, good food, beautifully served. Mike, I've had this on my mind since we had Mia O'Brien on.
What?
She said, I asked her the question, at what point in Trevor Lawrence's career do you think we can definitively say this is what he is? Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's just there's for a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL that have been in the league for 5 years or more, we know exactly who they are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We know who they are. It still feels like we're trying to answer that with Trevor Lawrence. Do you agree, or do you think that the book is completely out and we haven't figured out?
I think we pretty much know who he is. I mean, it's not like, he's been through 3 different coaches, and I realize the Urban Meyer fiasco was a fiasco, so you throw that year out. But it's not like Doug Peterson was some schmo. Doug Peterson was a pretty damn good offensive coach, and now he's got Liam Cohen. I'm willing to give it. I'm not willing to say 9 till he's 29 years old. I was listening to somebody today, and they were talking about. I think it was Stephen A. Smith, or no, it was Colin Cowherd. He goes, "We know what Dylan Gabriel is, so let's give Shedeur Sanders a try." I'm like, "We know what Dylan Gabriel is. He got like 5 games, and Trevor Lawrence has gotten 5 years."
So, but we don't know for sure, because I can't tell you with confidence that Trevor Lawrence can lead a team to the Super Bowl. I also wouldn't advise benching him. So that kind of puts him, if you can't take a team to a Super Bowl, then why are you a starting quarterback? That's where we end up caught in the middle. So she said, well, Matt Stafford is a good example of somebody that you wait to see what they eventually develop into. Third,
go look at his year 3. I looked at the stats earlier.
I didn't have the stats in front of me. I'm not going to argue with our guest. We're trying to fit in a lot of content, but no. Matt Stafford, year 3, 5,000 yards passing, 41 touchdowns. Can I give you the career high for Trevor Lawrence so far? So remember, 41 touchdowns. That's a boatload. Career high for Trevor Lawrence, year 2, he had 25. Career high passing, same year, 4,100, 1,000 more for Matt Stafford in year 3. Stafford was on a terrible Lions team, but we knew that he was a good quarterback. We still don't know that with Trevor.
Well, Lawrence, in fairness, he's been on some terrible Jags teams as well.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why we don't have a full answer, but we knew for sure that Matt Stafford was one of the best in the NFL. We're not doing Bet It or Forget It. We've got the Yingling 6-pack, and I'm throwing more beers in the cooler. Football picks coming your way, 60 seconds away right now. Let's kick it over to Fox Sports Radio for the latest and greatest.
This is Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic. Way to rebound from that commercial break, guys. Now back to Bianchi and Kravitz.
We are off for the rest of the week. We've got you for 30 more minutes until we start to get ourselves set for the Thanksgiving break. We've got Turkey Day on Thursday. Thank you.
Turkey's overrated, by the way.
The animal or the meat that it produces?
No, the meat. The Thanksgiving meat is overrated.
Our producer was telling me that turkeys only live for about 2 years. That doesn't sound right to me. Where did you hear?
I don't know if it's 2 years, but it's definitely not a short lifespan. I think like 5 years is the max.
Especially those Publix turkeys he sells. They raise those things up, fill them full of hormones, and they're fattened up in
49 cents a pound.
You ever see a turkey walking around this time of year and you just yell, "Run!" Find your way to safety. But we're going to kick back, relax a little bit, hang out with the family, and we hope that you are able to do the same. We're appreciative of every minute that you give us here on Game On, and a full show returns on Monday. What will that be? Monday the 1st.
30th, maybe?
That'll be, this is our last show in November. Last 30 minutes. and it is time for the Yingling 6-pack. It's a Yingling Football Tuesday, I guess, on Game On. Football weekends don't start until you pick up Yingling Lager, the official beer of the UCF Knights. Mike dusted me last week again. 4-2 he went. I went 1-5. Season record, Bianchi's on top, 42-36. I am the complete opposite, 36-42. We don't have time for 6-pack and locks. So what I'm going to do here is if we come across a game that I absolutely love, I'm going to have Jaden hit the lock sound effect, and we're going to count that against the record, and I'll put those up on social media for full transparency. My locks record also bad, 30-35 on the year. I got some work to do.
I want to lodge a protest really quick. Jaden, you can rule on this. I mean, Kravitz, as he just mentioned, I'm dusting him this year. Obviously, he's falling further and further behind. And what happens when you do that, you want to get more games on the schedule so you have a better chance of making a comeback. So he's got 10 games on the Yingling 6-pack this week.
It's the Yingling 10-pack. Let's go.
In order to try to make a comeback, I want to lodge a protest right now that it is the Yingling 6-pack, not the 10-pack or the 12-pack.
You know,
but we have Thanksgiving. Usually we only pick before you chime in, Jaden, let me plead my case. We usually only pick the local games. That's the 6-pack. And then if there's not enough interesting local games to fill up the docket, then we'll throw a big national game in there. It's Thanksgiving weekend, so we don't have the Bucks, the Dolphins, or the Jags playing on Thanksgiving, so I threw the Thanksgiving games in there. And then how can you not pick Ohio State and Michigan? It's the biggest college football game of the year, rivalry-wise, every year. So I got the 10.
Listen, I see the smile on your face. I see the game plan you're doing. But I am going to allow the 10 games. It's Thanksgiving. You know, we got to get it done. And plus, your record's horrible. You're not coming back.
You know what? I'm glad we're going to have 10 games. That means I can just extend my lead even more.
Well, then let's get it started. Florida, we're going to start with college. And we'll get this one right out of the way. Florida State at Florida. The Gators favored by 1.5. The Depression Disappointment Bowl, FSU at 5-6. Florida at 3-8. I don't think either fan base is looking forward to this one. The Seminoles have won 6 of their last 10 in this rivalry, including the last 2 of the last 4 on the road. Mike, who you got? Seminoles, Gators.
As I wrote in the Sentinel, this rivalry has devolved. It's become the college football equivalent of 2 raccoons in the dumpster fighting over a half-eaten piece of pizza. That's what this rivalry has become. It's pathetic that this is what it's become. Florida's obviously already fired their coach, and if Florida State could afford to fire theirs, they would have done that as well. But Florida State still has a little something to play for. They can become bowl eligible. They know that Mike Norvell is going to be their coach next year, so he still has a little bit of authority over that team so they don't quit. So Gasparilla Bowl, here we come. Give me the Noles.
I'm going to go with the Gators. The Seminoles haven't won a road game since 2023, so why start now? Let's go to Miami. Miami taking on the Pitt Panthers. Miami favored by 7 on the road. They come in with a snowball's chance of making the college football playoff, a 9-2 record. Pitt at 8-3, but Pitt is 1 win away from an ACC title game berth. A lot on the line here. I'm going to take Pitt plus the points. This is a Pitt team that just knocked off Georgia Tech. They've got a legitimate offense. I think this game will be close. What about you, Mike?
I agree. Pitt can still make the ACC title game. They can still make the ACC title game. Miami has virtually no chance to make the ACC title game. So, yeah, give me Pitt. Probably going to be cold up in Pittsburgh. Give me the Panthers.
All right, I gained no ground on that one. All right, moving on. UCF, we get a boo from our producer, big Canes fan, Jaden Grimes. UCF at BYU, number 11 in the country. They are favored by 17.5. This one at Lavelle Edwards Stadium in Provo. A win guarantees the Cougs a trip to the Big 12 title game, so we know they're going to be locked in for this one. Mike, are you willing to lay it with BYU, or are you going to take the points?
What's the spread?
17.5.
Well, you know what? It's supposed to snow in Provo, Utah. And you know what snow means? It means the magic of Frosty the Showman comes out. There must have been some magic in that UCF hat he wore, because when he placed it on his head, the Knights began to soar. Give me UCF to cover the 17.5. Frosty the Showman makes an appearance.
If I wasn't on BYU before, I'm definitely on them now after your reasoning is it might snow.
Frosty the Showman.
Give me BYU. This one could get ugly. Ohio State at Michigan. Michigan is a 10-point underdog here. Ryan Day just won a national championship. He's won 89% of the games that he has coached at Ohio State. However, he's 0-4 in his last 4 against Michigan. Can the Wolverines do it again? Who you got?
Ryan Day beats Michigan and beats them like a drum. Give me Ohio State. They're so much more talented than Michigan. Michigan's going to try to run the ball, and that's what they should do. But Ohio State just has too much talent. Give me the Buckeyes to cover the 10.
Yeah, they were more talented than Michigan last year. I actually think the gap was even wider a year ago, and they still lost to this Michigan team. I really like Bryce Underwood. I think he continues to get better week after week. Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith both still on the injury report. If those guys don't play, who's Julian saying throwing the ball to? It was probably another 5-star recruit. But still, I'll take Michigan plus 10. Lock it up.
Lock it up.
First lock on the docket for today, Michigan plus the 10. Let's go to the NFL. Packers at Lions. Lions favored by 2.5. This one gets us started on Thanksgiving. The Packers won this game 27-13 in the season opener, and the Lions just allowed Jameis to take them to overtime. Who you got, Mike? Packers, Lions.
I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet with my heart. The Packers bore me. I don't like the Packers. I don't like to watch the Packers. Jordan Love bores me. I like to watch the Lions. They're entertaining. I like the big meathead Dan Campbell. So I'm gonna pick with my heart. I probably shouldn't. Give me the Lions.
I am with you. The Lions proved last year this is a different Lions team than in the past. The first win on Thanksgiving for the Lions since 2016 was last season. I think they do it again. Jared Goff, 18-8 against the spread when he takes on division opponents, and they have revenge on their mind. Give me the Lions minus 2.5. Lock it up. Yeah, we're going with the state of Michigan locks to start us out here today. Chiefs at Cowboys. Cowboys plus 3.5. This will be the most watched game ever in the regular season. Both teams off of a win. Cowboys with an epic comeback. Chiefs with an overtime thriller. Give me the Cowboys. 3-1 at home this season. The Chiefs have struggled on the road. I don't have a great feel for this game, but I'll go with the boys.
I do. The Cowboys beat the Eagles last week. They seem to be a team of destiny. That rally they had last week, they're still in the playoff hunt, albeit with an outside chance. And their offense with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and that running game, it might be the most potent offense in the league. Give me the Cowboys.
That pick really made me want to change my selection, but I'm going to keep it. Bengals. I'm not doing it.
Go ahead.
It would just be out of spite and desperation, and those aren't good reasons. No, I'm not changing my pick. Bengals at Ravens. Ravens favored by 7. I'm not going to do it. Joe Burrow is back. Lamar Jackson has popped up on the injury report. 3rd week in a row he's been on the injury report with 3 different injuries. He's been playing through it, but he doesn't seem right to me. Give me the Bengals plus the 7. Lock it up. 3rd lock on the docket. Who you got, Mike?
I'm with you. There's something the matter with that Ravens offense. I mean, Lamar Jackson obviously is hurt. I think he's had like only 3 runs of 10 yards or more this season. That's not the Lamar Jackson we know. So I'm with you. Lock it up. Give me the big 7.
Okay, Mike, locking it up as well. Lamar, last 2 weeks, 1.6 and 2.5 yards per carry. Really, really weird. Saints at Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 6. What a gift for Miami. Fresh off the bye, fresh off of a 2-game winning streak, and they get Tyler Shuck. 6 is a lot. I'll lay it with Miami, I guess. We're not locking this one up, but I'll take the Fins.
6 points is a lot for Miami, but New Orleans is so terrible. Give me the Dolphins. Give me 6.
All right, we're in agreement there. Cards, Bucks. Bucks favored by 3. They've lost 3 straight games now, but some solace. They've lost to 3 of the best teams in the NFL, the Rams, the Bills, and the Patriots. And the Cardinals are not any of those teams. However, I'm not taking my chances if Baker doesn't play. I will take the +3 and the Birds.
Yeah, the Bucs defense has just been horrible. They've allowed 106 points during the last 3 games, which they've lost all of them. 35.3 points per game. I don't care if Baker Mayfield plays or not. If the defense continues to play at this level, anybody can beat them, including the Arizona Cardinals, which by all rights should have beaten the Jaguars last week. Give me the Cards.
All right, giving me a lot of wiggle room here as far as playing the catch-up game. I see what Mike's strategy is. Oh, you're going to put 10 games on the slate? I'm going to agree with you for half of them.
Well, you can let me. You don't have to.
I know. Hey, listen, we are men of morals and scruples, and I know that the games that we pick are the games we're going to pick. It doesn't really matter who goes first. Although, if I'm still allowed, I think I need to change my Cowboys-Chiefs pick to the Chiefs. Are we good with that?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm changing to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just playing catch up for that one. Jags at Titans. Titans. They're 6.5 point underdogs. The Tennessee Titans have not won a game at home this season. Can they do it this time against the Jacksonville Jaguars? I'll go first, Mike. The Titans, little cover monsters they are. They've covered 3 straight against Tennessee. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence as a road favorite. That does not sound like a good betting idea to take the Jacksonville Jaguars and lay the points. I'll take the Titans. Plus 6.5. Lock it up. Who you got, Mike?
Turn on the money machine. Turn it on. Here it comes. Yeah, here we go. Once again. Money. No, the Titans are terrible. You said they haven't won a home game all year. They've only won 1 game, period, all year. They are terrible. They're the worst team in the league. They're 1-10. The Jaguars have a chance to do something they haven't done in 20 years. Finish unbeaten in the month of November. And I know Mia O'Brien told me earlier, I should not penalize the Jaguars because of blown games against the Titans in the past. And you know what? I should listen to Mia, but I can't. Free money, free stuff. Trevor Lawrence will find a way to do something stupid, and the Titans will end up covering the spread. The Jaguars still win, but 6.5, too many. Give me the Titans.
And we are in full agreement again. I have no chance to catch Mike with the 10 picks that we had. We'll see how it shakes out. And follow along on social media as well if you want to see the locks and free money for yourself. Read them and weep at 96.9 Game On Twitter. We close it down for the week. Next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
I love this time of the year. The holiday cooking, the decorations are going up. We've got games on all weekend long. This is the time of year when you want your home feeling its best, and nothing transforms comfort like Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows, engineered for Florida's unpredictable winter warm-ups and cool fronts. With smart sunglass, you get sunlight without the heat and long-term energy savings that keep paying off year after year. And here's your game-winning deal. The Black Friday sales event is here. Get 20% off all replacement windows and patio doors and pay nothing for 2 full years. That's right, 0 down, 0 payments until 2027. How good is that? Whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or Jacksonville, choose Renewal by Andersen for your home and comfort this holiday season. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets savings.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
There's a crash getting cleared up off to the shoulder, slowing things down on Florida's Turnpike southbound past that Hancock Road exit. It's stop and go westbound on I-4 through Dr. Phillips and getting through that Celebration area. Traffic's even slowing down on the bridges over St. John's River Bridge, over Lake Jessup Bridge. Expect delays there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, serving coastal and central Florida.
When fire causes major damage, the road to recovery can feel overwhelming. Paul Davis Restoration responds fast with the expertise to handle even the largest fire losses. Learn more at office.pauldavis.com. Paul Davis Restoration. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What if you could get big bank muscle with small bank hustle, big bank convenience, and small bank connection? That's First Horizon, bringing together the best of big and small to help you on the road to your horizon. Visit firsthorizon.com/get-it-all.
IDC's incredible Black Friday event is back, and it's bigger than ever. With any purchase this weekend at International Diamond Center, you get the best value price plus an incredible free gift, like a free weekend getaway. Here's how it works. Buy something at IDC for just $249, and we'll give you a free $50 gift card. Spend $599, and we'll give you a free Wolf Maria jewelry box. Spend $999, get a free luxury Lola blanket. Buy any IDC jewelry for over $1,999 and get a free Aura Fitness ring. And for something really cool, listen to this. If you spend over $4,999, IDC gives you a free 3-day beach resort weekend getaway. The Bahamas, Miami, Sanibel Island, and more to choose from. It pays to shop early at IDC. And don't miss our annual Black Friday sale. We've got free gifts for everyone. Get an extreme value price on your jewelry, and we'll give you an amazing free gift. 3 days only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at International Diamond Center. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Did you know your odds of dying from a shark attack are 1 in 7 million? Not so scary, right? Well, the odds of a woman dying from breast cancer are 1 in 43. Now, that's scary. But you can help change those odds. The 2025 Staff DNA Cure Bowl on December 17th. At the Cure Bowl, it's not just a football game. It's Orlando versus cancer. Every ticket, every tackle, every touchdown helps fund cancer research. Be there. Be allowed to be part of the cure. Get the best tickets, parking, and hospitality now at curebowl.com/membership. That's curebowl.com/membership.
If a Lenovo gaming computer is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the gaming PCs you want, like the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 10 gaming desktop and Lenovo Lock gaming laptop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank. We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
You know, fellas, I've been to those so-called men's clinics. You walk in, fill out a form, they jab you with a testosterone shot in the backside, take your money, and send you out the door. No real testing, no real follow-up, no real results. That's not health care. That's fast food medicine. But when I found Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, I knew right away this place was different. It's led by Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale honors grad in molecular biophysics, a guy who spent 25 years as an orthopedic surgeon before dedicating his life to hormone replacement, sexual health, and age management. When I went in, they actually sat down with me, ran real labs, talked about my sleep, stress, recovery, sex life, everything. Then they built a plan just for me. Within weeks, my focus was sharper, my energy was back, and my sex drive returned. I finally felt like myself again. So don't settle for cookie cutter care. Go where the experts are. Head to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com, and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you.
Tonight, UCF Hoops is on the game as the Knights host the Bobcats of Quinnipiac. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Tip time is 7 p.m. Catch every minute right here on your exclusive home of UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app. Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. Time's ticking. Takes are flying. Buckle up for the 2-minute trip.
Got about 4 minutes left with you. That means 2 minutes for me, 2 minutes for the Bulldog, or, you know, the way that's been working, it's like 3 minutes for me, 1 minute for the Bulldog. Our final thoughts, our final burning take before we're done with the week and we're done with the month of November. Mike, I will let you go first. Age before beauty, my friend.
It's an age-old take on Thanksgiving. First of all, thank you to all of our listeners for putting up with us and letting us entertain you during the course of the year. But this take is, you've heard it before, turkey is overrated. It's overrated on Thanksgiving. Why is turkey considered delicious when you have to smother it in gravy to get it down? All right. It's dry. It's tasteless. You have to smother it in gravy to get it down. People say, oh, I love the leftover turkey for sandwiches after. Yeah. When the leftovers are better than the actual meal itself, that is overrated. And why do people like the turkey sandwiches? Because they slather them in mayo to moisten up the dry turkey. Ham, much better than turkey.
But the thing is, Mike, is that turkey, being as dry and flavorless as it is,
right,
allows you to dress it up guilt-free. If you had something as delicious and moist as ham,
as a prime rib,
you don't
ham, yeah,
you wouldn't smother it in gravy because that would be gratuitous. This allows you the baseless, tasteless nature of turkey.
You're agreeing with me. It's overrated.
Well, I not fully. because you need the turkey in order to house the gravy. It is simply a boat vessel that is carrying deliciousness into my gullet. That's all turkey is.
When you're from Interlaken, you don't need no turkey to have gravy. Gravy is considered a beverage where I grew up.
Somebody said on the text line that the best side dish, hands down, is gravy. That's not a side dish. That's a condiment. That doesn't count as a side dish. Also, somebody did point this out on the text line. I was just about to say it, took the words right out of my mouth. Up until I married into a true Southern family, I had never had fried turkey before. Wow.
That is a good turkey.
That is
I'm having my first fried turkey this Thursday.
You will change your perspective on turkey because the skin is to die for. Not the turkey itself is still just fine, but make sure, Jaden, when you're at the get together that has the fried turkey, that you go up to the person frying the turkey, hang out there as the thing's being pulled out of that oily goop, and you ask for that first little cut of the fried skin.
Ooh, okay, I'm taking notes. I got it written down.
Yeah.
Me and my ex-father-in-law used to just gorge ourselves on the turkey skin right after it came out. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I'm pretty
so
sure.
bad for you.
It's so bad. I'm sure that it's caused many deaths, but enjoy yourself for the holidays. You've worked hard this year and you deserve it. I don't really have a 2-minute drill today. I am getting myself cup ready, Mike, tonight.
Oh, yeah.
The second to last, the penultimate, if you will, cup group stage game for the Orlando Magic. Tonight.
So what happens? What happens if they win tonight?
Nothing really happens if they win tonight, but then really what matters the most is Friday when they play the Pistons, because whoever wins that game is going to have the tiebreaker anyway. So tonight is just a warm up for the Magic as they get set for Friday showdown against the Detroit Pistons. But
I don't know if they won any of those Pistons right now. Man, they look good.
Keep up with the podcast Game On the iHeartRadio app. Catch up on anything that you may have missed over the days that we are gone. For the prodigy of production, Jaden Grimes, the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, I'm Brandon Kravitz. Hit him with it, Mikey.
Peace, love, boiled peanuts. Happy Thanksgiving.
People only hear what they want to hear. In the know, 24 hours a day. We only deal in what you need to hear.
These days, you need